All right, we're going to take a look at the Math 140 general structure, college algebra general structure of the course. First off, you'll be in here since you're watching the video, if you're watching the video directly in the course. And if you have any concerns about this, about the course in general, please ask in here. Right below the link for the video, any questions. So you can post them in here. You can make them make an anonymous post if you want. It won't provide your name. And so anyways, we're going to move into week 1 just to show the structure of the course. So you'll notice that each section of each chapter has an activity. Sometimes they double up, like P2 and P3. I double up sections for one activity. But notice that there will be a PowerPoint for each before each activity. So for example, let's open up section P.1. And you'll also notice that there's a reference of the pages that you can review in the textbook. So pages 2 through 16 will be for section P.1. And then I'll open up, I just downloaded the PowerPoint. I'll bring it over here. Okay, so here's the PowerPoint that I just opened up, the link right here. And you'll notice that inside the videos, there's a lot of content from the textbook. And there's commonly there's audio on the slides, and it's just your instructor talking about the or it may not be your instructor since there's other instructors, but it's my voice discussing some information from this. And you'll notice all throughout chapter P, it'll reference the workshop and which objective from the workshop. So you may have completed a lot of the workshop already. If you haven't already, you can still earn extra credits, not too late. So throughout the entire course, you still have access to the workshop. So please earn some extra credit if you have not done so already. But you should go back and review the objective that's mentioned in the PowerPoint, and then you can practice some other problems similar to what you'll find in the objective. So, and that's probably what this is going to discuss. If you go in here and then you click play, it'll start playing information. It'll just talk about some things. And then objective 2 for the second slide, and objectives 3 through 5 on this last slide. So so you'll see objectives 1 through 5 just for P.1. So anyways, go ahead and review that the workshop, and you'll notice that all throughout chapter P, you'll be going back to the workshop, because the workshop is pretty much just covering all of chapter P. And then once you get into chapter 1, it's no longer covering the material in the workshop, so it will look more like this. I'll open that up right now. Here we go, and this is covering section 1.1 and 1.2. And you'll notice that instead of referring back to the workshop, it has videos you can watch, some linked YouTube videos that have been created. And there's still some audio on some slides. You can see that there's one here and just on the first slide here. And go ahead and watch the videos. It's working out the example above. And so it's covering material from 1.1 and 1.2. So go ahead and take a look at those and watch the videos. And then, as mentioned before, I'll go back to chapter P. There's a section P.1. You'll review that material, and then which was the first 5 objectives from the workshop. And then you can also, and then while you work through the activity, you can go back to the workshop and review as often as needed. And this isn't timed, so you can just work your way through this, and you can work out some problems. So anyways. Yeah, so this is what you'll run into in the class, these type of problems. And let's go back here. Okay, so if you have any concerns about anything from week 1 or from chapter P or chapter 1, you can ask questions up here in the open anonymous forum. And So anyways, you can go ahead and do that. And then there's 2 graded discussions up here. And then there's each week you'll have an out of class assignment. So yeah, so in total, you can look at all the graded activities up at this link called Graded Activities and Due Dates. And this is like just a master list. You may want to print this out or just write all these activities down. And this is just a checklist for you to complete throughout the week. So this is all. These are all the graded activities, and you'll notice at the end of each chapter, just before going into chapter 1, at the end of chapter P, you'll have a chapter P test. So every chapter has a chapter test. So keep that in mind. There's 2 discussions located on the top. So this is actually pretty much the order that you'll notice. At the top, you'll see the discussions, and then the week 1 out of class assignment, and then the chapter P homework activities, and then the chapter P test, chapter 1 activities, and then the chapter 1 test. It's in that order in the class, you'll notice. Quickly show you, like at the end of chapter P, just before chapter 1, you'll see the chapter P test. You want to complete all those activities. Very similar structure in each section throughout the entire course. And also keep in mind that you'll be using periodically in the videos that have been created. It works through Desmos. Desmos is an online graphing calculator and just a nice tool that we'll be using periodically. So I have links to that in a lot of the beginning where I first use Desmos. And then later on I use Desmos, but I don't provide a link. So you'll need to go back and find the link. Just save the links to Desmos, and it's a nice graphing calculator, a good way to visualize a lot of the stuff you'll be seeing in the class. So yeah, so whenever I use that, I would suggest opening up Desmos at the website, and that has a graphing calculator, online graphing calculator, and you can work along with that. And so use the textbook, use the PowerPoint, and use that while you're working through any of the activities, even the chapter tests. And moving on to week 2, you'll see that we have a very similar structure where you have the discussions, the graded activities listed here. We're just covering chapter 2. And there's another out of class assignment. And so anyways, let me know if you have any concerns about this. And keep in mind, if you have any questions from your homework, even specific homework problems, you can post them in here. They're anonymous forums, so if you add a new discussion, say, hey, I need help with something, you can reveal yourself in the post if you check on this. If you don't check this, then it won't provide your name. But if you do not provide your name, make sure that you provide your exact problem or what you're working on, because if you don't provide your name, then I don't know whose problem I'm working out. So you don't just say, I need help with problem 2 from this activity or something, because I don't know whose problem 2 it is. So if you don't provide your name. So be sure to provide the problem if you do not provide your name. Okay, so anyways, if you have any concerns, please let me know. The only other thing that I want to point out is that you only have 1 attempt at each problem, that should be the test. The test, you only have 1 attempt at each problem and 1 attempt at the test itself. So, but you don't have to do it in one sitting. So you can work on some of it and then come back later and work on some more. But yeah, let me know if you have any concerns about this, and I'll be more than happy to help. But this is just a general introduction of the course, and should get you going. And yeah, reach out to your instructor if you have any concerns throughout the course. Okay.